Hi, I want to go ahead and tap on feeling the need to control the day to day. And this is a great starting point to get curious. We'll keep it a little bit more general, and you can see what comes up, and you can tap on the specific things that rise to the surface, because that usually happens when we start tapping. And if at any point you feel overwhelmed, I recommend just doing silent tapping. And please feel free to reach out, book a consultation or a one-on-one if you feel like you need more support working through this. So this is for you if it feels like if you have a change in your schedule or something, has to shift last minute. That's just way too much. That feels stressful. Maybe you feel anxious, overwhelmed. Um, it has a really profound impact on your nervous system, and you don't like it. So let's just think about that. If you relate to it, let's tap together, see what comes up. I am drinking caffeine right now because it feels like a treat and I wanted to do something special for myself, but I highly recommend water or tea, something that will keep you hydrated as we go through this. So, feet on the ground, just pressing them gently into the ground, feeling your seat below you. You are supported in this moment, and just kind of sit with what I mentioned and see how that feels to you. Do you feel the need to control your day to day? And I'm really like control, emphasis on control. I know we all want to kind of have an idea what our day to day looks like, but if lack of control feels really uncomfortable, I want you just to tune into that. How does it feel thinking about not having control over your regular routine? Things are changing. Opportunities are maybe coming your way, and you don't want them to pass you by because you have this hard grip on your day to day and wanting to keep things the way they always are. And if you feel like it, if you're really tuning into that, you can identify a number of intensity from 0 to 10, 10 being the most intense, and how uncomfortable that is feeling to you right now. And let's go ahead and start on the side of the hand. And you can repeat after me, change the words as you see fit. Even though I feel this strong need to control my day to day, I am choosing to be curious about it right now. Even though I feel like I need to control my day to day, and I really don't like changes in my routine. I'm choosing to accept that this is what's coming up for me right now. Even though I feel this need to control my day to day routine, and it feels really uncomfortable if things change last minute. I'm choosing to extend compassion to myself right now. Good, top of head. This need to control. It feels really strong when I think about my day to day. I don't like it when things change last minute. And I'd like to be able to be a little bit more flexible. This need to control my day to day. Choosing to be curious about what comes up around this. I'd really like to be more flexible. And I'm not really sure why I react so negatively when something changes slightly. This need to control my day to day. I want to be able to be open to opportunities. So I'd like to be able to be more flexible and shift my schedule if that makes sense. Maybe change what I work on during the morning. If I have a new idea, I'd like to put some time to it. And that may mean that my schedule has to shift. And maybe I feel my body tensing a little bit as I say that. It's okay. I've been controlling my day to day for a long time. And although I know it makes sense to control most of it, if something does have to shift, I'd like to feel okay about it. Because right now it feels really disruptive. This need to control my schedule. I'd like to be more flexible. Take a nice, easy breath. And at this point, you can make notes if that's helpful of some thoughts that came up, or maybe you had some ahas like, oh, wow, yeah, this happened a few years back, and that's why it's so hard for me to be flexible with my schedule. Feel free to journal on those points. You can always tap on each individual thing and then just sit with the need to control and how that's feeling right now. If you did measure it, you can go back and see how intense that's feeling right now. Remember, sometimes our number increases before it decreases, and that's okay. The important thing is that you feel comfortable as you continue tapping. And if you don't, just do the silent tapping. Turn this video off, silent tapping, ground yourself, and go slowly and gently. Okay. Now, as you're feeling into that need to control, because this isn't a one on one session, I want you to just focus in on where that's showing up in your body right now. And for this part, I'm just going to say this tension in my stomach. And you go ahead and change that wording to whatever's coming up for you. So maybe you feel clenched jaw. Maybe you feel, an achiness in your shoulders. So whatever that is for you, tune into that. We hold so much in our bodies, and sometimes it's a lot easier to focus on the body sensation and moving through that, especially when you're not having a one-on-one and you're just tapping on your own. Because it's a lot easier with a practitioner to talk through some of the stuff that's coming up to make sense of that while you're tapping. So go ahead, side of hand. Even though I'm feeling this tension in my stomach, just thinking about my need to control, I'm choosing to extend compassion to myself right now. Even though I'm feeling this tension in my stomach, I'm choosing to allow some space and release some of it right now. Even though I'm feeling this tension in my stomach, just thinking about a last-minute change in my schedule. I deeply and completely accept that this is what I'm feeling right now. Good, top of head. This tension in my stomach. Just thinking about my schedule having to shift. This tension in my stomach. I don't like change in my day to day. This tension in my stomach. I'm choosing to allow space for it to release just a little bit. I'm choosing to be curious about what this is all about. This tension in my stomach. Just thinking about having to shift my schedule last minute. This tension in my stomach. I'm allowing it to relax and release a little bit more right now. This tension in my stomach. I've been controlling my schedule down to the minute for a long time. And I'd like to be more flexible around it. So I can allow the opportunities to flow in. This tension in my stomach. I'm allowing it to relax and release just a little bit more. Good. Take a nice, easy breath in through the nose and hold it, and release through the mouth. In through the nose and hold it. And release through the mouth. One more. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Seeing how that feels, checking in with yourself. You continue to tap if it feels good. You can, I recommend just focusing on the body and kind of just going through a few more rounds and seeing if that can release a bit more without putting pressure on yourself to release it. So just easing into it, like I'm choosing to allow it to release just a little bit more. So you're not saying you're getting rid of it altogether, but just giving yourself permission to relax a little bit. And I hope this helps. Keep on tapping and reach out if you have any questions or would like further support. Take care.